haven't done this for a while, and in actual fact I haven't done this ever. But this, I'm in Chorleywood. I was just going for a little walk around the block, and I found this. Which is, it might be called Swillet Park or something, I'm not really sure. But there's some sort of meadows over here. I'm on the edge of Heronsgate. I kind of know where I am, but not well enough to piece all the little bits and pieces together. Some of my pieces might be upside down, if you know what I mean. But, oh wow. Kind of interesting. I'm going to flip the camera around. Would help if I record. But yeah, I'm gonna have to come back here some other time, because I'm really glad about this actually, because I was kind of, I knew there'd be more to see, but I was running out of seeing them. In other words, I hadn't sort of stumbled across anything for a while, but this has opened up a whole new sort of can of worms or whatever. I think the way the camera's facing, you can actually even hear it. It's probably the M25 behind that lot, or maybe just before it in a dip or something. This kind of Heronsgate is down that way somewhere, but I'm not going to go now. Really loving the idea of an e-bike actually, one I can pedal, and if I get fed up, just use the battery. Because you see more, you just cover more ground. There's like, if I was a dog, I would be running all over the place right now around there. But anyway, there we go. So I'm going to go back the way I was going, because this is taking me away from where my car is. But in the words of the great, someone I was once in a movie with, kind of, I'll be back. I just don't seem to be able to go straight back to the car. It's another random little, I don't even know what you'd call this. Well, we're halfway down towards Chorleywood bottom. True story. And yeah, there's just, for those of you who aren't English, you probably haven't heard the term I'm about to use, but it's all a bit higgledy-piggledy, which basically, I might be able to get down there, which basically means it's sort of a mishmash, you know, it's a mash-up. There's all kinds of bits and pieces of land sort of randomly thrown together. That's how it seems, and then you have to navigate your way through. But I'm not so sure what I'm doing now is a great idea, because I think it's just going to lead me to another little meadow. It would be possible to get lost here. Jeez, that's a big, I don't know if I can show you that. Anyway, whatever. Probably should just stick to the footpath, but it just got interesting. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to end up. It's sort of making its way towards the path I've just come off of, the footpath, but that doesn't mean to say that that's actually what it's going to do in the final analysis. It looks a bit promising. I'm sort of partly apologising for showing me in all these shots, but then I guess that's some sort of context. But I'm going to flip it around and show this path. I think it's going to be alright. I think it's going to go straight back on the path, and I can hear the Metline trains as well. So there you go. Some houses on the right. Or is it a dead end street? Not really sure what it is. Both. Right, I think I'm back on the, about to rejoin the path. So I've done like a U shape further down, yeah. So just for reference, yeah, I was on my way down there when I got distracted by something like this. I'm going to try and tell myself I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to make my way back to the car. But sometimes you sort of think, it's that getting to that point where you either do your little detour or you do enough of it to sort of mark it out, say, right, I know what I'm doing, I'm going to come back and take a proper look at this. But then sometimes you don't know when that's going to happen. You just, sometimes like for ages you're just randomly suspended in this, where the, am I? Sort of. But I know where this is. I think this is Hubbard's Road. Is it Hubbard's Road? Yeah, I think it's Hubbard's Road in Chorleywood, like along the left here. So, yeah. And it'll take me down to Chorleywood Bottom, which is kind of where, pretty much where I am in the car by the shops. I just have to do a little left at the end and come along. Those of you who saw my first video on wrapping the window surrounds on my car, would be thrilled to know that it was around here, not a million miles from here anyway, that I shot that in a quite an unusual car park. So, right, I might as well just pretty much know where I am here. I'm gonna do a right, drop down a little bit more, and then I can choose one of, can I choose two lefts? One of two lefts, might be able to, I think so. But what a yeah, random little detour that was. Cockmanswick. This, yeah, Hubbard's Road, right. So I am right. So I was coming down there, down here, that's Chorleywood Common. Straight ahead there you can see. It's a really nice little spot, Chorleywood. I have to say, the more it's been a while since I did something like this where I just stumbled upon another bunch of stuff, but there's plenty more of it, and yeah, it's a nice little spot actually. A mixture of all different types of houses, and plenty of them. You do have the station fairly close, depending on exactly where you live. And lots of green belt. And yeah, various other things. So I always thought I could do a left. Might be able to do a left just here. If not, it doesn't matter really. It's just like cutting off the corner. There's the Old Shepherd, the pub. So could cut off the corner, cut away. Does that cut the corner off? I'm sure it does. There's a little cat. I wonder if I can say hello to the little cat. Hello, little cat. Yeah, man. lovely, isn't you? Oh, it's kind of, it might just be a small cat, but it kind of feels a bit kitteny, but I think it's just a small cat. I don't think it's a kitten. I gotta go, mate. See you later. King of the jungle. Lovely. Gotta love him, ain't you? See you later, mate. Have a nice day. Yeah. So yes, I can cut that corner off. What do I think is more interesting? Probably not cutting the corner off, because the road's a bit more interesting that way. But I could also end off at any point. Yeah, so that's a little, I didn't leave a little unexpected detail. I didn't leave the camera running the whole time because I don't really know why. We just thought, well, let's just go for a walk. But there's just some little points that are, you know, I thought were worth recording. And that's about it, really. So this is something I've done endless times. Those little bunch there, I think they did a big further along that way, they did some Halloween decorations, which I got on a short that 2 men and a dog saw. That up there goes up to the common and the car park for the common. This way goes back to the road that I'm parked on where all the shops are, which is called Lower Road. Back in my, well, I can't probably say my youth, but when I was a little bit younger than I am now, I actually had a look at this place on the corner there with the white car next to it. Not going to do too much. It goes up to the common. Yeah, we didn't go for it in the end. Yeah. They're like sort of railway cottages, aren't they? I'm talking anyway, but it might be a good idea to speed this bit up because it's quite interesting, but at a faster pace probably. I don't know. Anyway. And then round this corner and do a right. You see, I mean, those are new, those aren't new, those are in between. It's just a mixture of different ages of properties and different types of properties. And so it's very, got that sort of like a well-developed, as in, well, not well as in goodly or badly, just well as in, it, you know, it's got some history of growing over the years, sort of well-developed country village sort of feel to it. But of course you've got, see, that was a little corner I was going to cut off. Yeah, and I could have come down there quickly lane, but that was when I did my detox. I thought, well, I sort of know that. And there's one for sale. Yeah. There's another property. I'm not going to show exactly it, but it's just up here on the right. That I also looked at around about the same time as that other one. Just up the end there on the right, the last property. You can't really park outside. It's a bit busy, as in spaces to park, and even if you got right to the end, you'd still have to walk up to your property. You park out the back, but you have to drive down and reverse out, or reverse down and drive out a steep, slightly twisted little country path on the edge of the station car park. And at the end of your little drive was the roof of your, well, I'm not going to call it a shed, it was more like a garden sort of office. So if you get it wrong, you end up landing on the lap of whoever is in there working. You know, to have that to negotiate every single day, times 2 people, whatever the weather, whatever the time of day, whatever mood you were in and whatever you were driving, is just something, you know, we can all do it, but I just didn't want to take that on board. It was a pity as well, because in the main bedroom there was a balcony that overlooked a sort of bit of a valley and properties that you wouldn't really sort of see unless you had one of them, you know. You just see it from each other's gardens. I wouldn't say far-reaching, but far enough. Just very nice. It was just very nice. Quite a bit bigger than a sort of terrace cottage, although that probably was what it was, but it felt more like a sort of cottagey version of a 3-bed semi. Anyway, it was a nice property, but it was just something I didn't want to get involved in doing. That, by the way, is Chorleywood Library, which is volunteer run. Bless them. Anyway, that's it. Now my car's along here. I'll just finish off with one little thing just to link it all up, because I've shown that before, and that is, just trying to think, I didn't move my car, did I? No. That is that pathway, a bunch of steps up to the station car park and the station. Quite nice. So there it is. Just back up my car now. Just doing something with my shoe. Socks are wet. I'm kind of, there's a phone telling me what I've done with walking. I've kind of, I wasn't going to put these shoes on, they're not quite good enough for what I've been doing. But the ones I was going to wear, my feet, I mean, they would have been splashing now. So one of the things that Chorleywood also has is a co-op. Can't zoom in because it's FaceTime. Anyway, there it is. Thanks a lot, guys. Haven't done that for a while. A little walking update here in Chorleywood Bottom. Jeez, a quick little thing. Visit this place. It's just changed hands. Nice coffee, friendly people, great customers. Cheers.